How much of the food you eat comes from local farms and how much of it gets imported from different countries, different continents in a supermarket? Yesterday I had one of the most amazing days where I went to meet Matt, who owns Hill Farm. Frozen, scattered, bruised, we're out in the field with the cows. It's weirdly peaceful here and we're just using this opportunity to get insane content for the farm. And that we've got the paid actors as well. He showed me around, showed me the cows, the fields, how they use regenerative agriculture. I learned a lot of cool stuff, how they use homeopathy, natural remedies like garlic and apple cider vinegar when the cows get sick, even down to the level of the ecosystem and how they have dung beetles that get rid of the moisture in the cow pat and that prevents parasites. But what really stood out was Matt's mum Elaine cooked for all of us. She invited us for dinner. Perfect timing. And they had this amazing meal where every single ingredient came from the farm. I asked Matt if him and his brothers had grown up eating that way, and he looked at me as if it was a weird question. He was like, obviously he can't get his head around getting food outside of the farm, and it makes so much sense, and that's what really inspired this video. I want to try to do a full day of eating where I only get food from local farms. I want to see how expensive it is, because one of the biggest pushbacks is that going to a farm or getting high quality food costs a lot of money. So let's see how much it actually costs and how easy it is to source it as well. So step one is going to find a farm. I've just had a look on the Organised App and I think I'm going to go to Plaw Hatch. That is a biodynamic farm and they've got raw milk. So the yogurt was £2.50, the milk was £2, the honey was £7, but probably lasts me about 2 weeks, which makes it about 50p a day. So altogether £5. I think the biggest thing for me is knowing that I've got milk where the cows haven't got things like Bovaer, the farm's biodynamic, they don't use pesticides, there's no artificial fertilizer or anything, so the quality of the food is peace of mind. I know that eating it's going to fuel me for the day, I'm going to feel amazing from eating this. And I don't think £5 is too unreasonable, to be honest. And this yogurt is insane. Oh my god. Okay, so huge update on the app side of things. We're about 2 weeks away from launching a brand new version of the Organised App that isn't a directory anymore. So it's not just about finding farms. You can actually order through the app as if you're ordering from Amazon. You just pick the farms, the products that you want. And Hill Farm were the first to onboard, the first to say yes to this. So going to see them yesterday was really special to me. I think also the team, it's given us so much validation and so much momentum. I was a little bit apprehensive to begin with, speaking to farmers, like what would they think about new technology? But it's the perfect timing. Like something like this is just needed. And it's not just the UK, it's the US, it's Australia, it's global, it's in Europe. So many farmers are getting shut down because they can't afford to be in business, whether there's like rules from the government coming in or supermarkets are enforcing different things for contracts, and the only way they can make more money is shutting out the little farmers, which means that we rely on this centralized system, whereas Organised are trying to create a decentralized system where the farmers have power, they can ship direct to consumer. And the only way this can work is if we take no commission, there's no charge for consumers, it's got to be as easy as possible, it's got to be accessible for everyone. And we're in a really rare position because of the product that we've got. It's meant that we can put all the profit back into creating this system. It's funny when you go to a farmer and they're just like, what is the catch? So it's really nice to say that because of Organised product, we can fund all of this. And I genuinely am just building this because I'm so passionate about where my food comes from. You know, even I have to go to a supermarket sometimes because it's not convenient to always go to a farm. Like it's not always possible, it's not always accessible. So just changing that, making it more convenient, I genuinely believe that this is going to change the way that millions of people buy their food. And we have the technology to scale this. Once it's working in the UK, we can go to the US, we can go to Europe, we can go to Australia. Yeah, it's just like, it's so exciting. Very, very early days, but I'm going to be documenting every single farm I visit because I think every farmer's got their own story. They're such colourful character, they've got such a good character and a story to tell. So we're bringing product photographers along with us, we're bringing a videography team. They've got our content team at their disposal, and also help like with websites and stuff, because farmers don't tend to have the best websites. They just want to focus on the food, the quality of the cattle, the soil, and that's what they should focus on. They don't have to worry about how to run a website and run an e-com business at the same time. So really exciting. Some steak that I cut up with a little bit of raw cheese, celery, tomato, and then I just easily cooked 4 eggs in ghee. So the eggs were about £2.50, steak was £5, cheese works out to be about £2, and then the tomatoes and celery £2. So altogether it's about £11. It's so easy. I put this together and I don't think it's too expensive for what it is. It's going to fill me up. I'm going to train after this as well. And what I love about eating raw steak is how easy it is to digest. So if I have a cooked steak, which I actually had last night, it feels kind of heavy in my stomach, and I probably wouldn't train after it, whereas this is really quick to digest. So if you've never tried it before, the way that I would recommend doing it is getting a high quality, go meet your farmer, get a really good quality steak, probably a sirloin, cut the steak really thinly. You can add some extra virgin olive oil, some salt, and try it maybe with some tomato and some celery, but honestly, it's so much better than you might think it is.
Sometimes in life it's important to make sure that you haven't lost your athletic ability, and that's my way of checking.
I'm so excited to eat these, but it's getting a little bit cold. I think these might be the crispiest potatoes I've ever made in my life. I just deep fried them in beef tallow, which cost about £2. I got the potatoes about £2, and then a pack of mince for £5, so total £9. Pretty easy, and only took me like 15 minutes. Oh, I'm so excited. These are literally like the most golden potatoes ever. Oh my god.
You and I, heads up in the clouds, we caught up with the birds flying south. Nothing to see as the day turns into night. We've got time to waste, let's waste.
I love it when you're rushing for a sunset and you don't know if you're going to get it. And I literally just caught it, but it makes me so happy. It's like knowing that I'm seeing this, I'm going to get good sleep. It feels so peaceful here. This is somewhere near where I've grown up, and I've come here since I was young, but there's like no one here. It's crazy because there's a lot of people that live in this town, so I just think like a day like today, you got a sunset like this, but there's no one here. Anyway, full day of eating, £25 is what I spent. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm gonna go home and probably have some more milk. So we'll add that in as well. It's £27, which I think for what I got something that was local to me, insane quality. There's no pesticides, it's organic. It's the highest quality soil that the cattle are feeding on. I'm okay paying for that because I don't buy snacks, I don't buy things to fill me up in between, processed foods, crisps, that kind of stuff. When you're eating whole foods, if you are new to it, you'll be surprised at how much it fills you up. So I don't have that need to snack on things, which is really crazy because I used to be known for the guy that was always having toast or cereal, and when you eat whole foods, you don't feel like you need it. So that's a big thing for me. You probably save a lot not buying snacks. The other thing is I don't go out, I don't drink, I don't go partying out in the city where you probably spend, I don't know, like 150, 200 pounds a night on a night out. So if you prioritize your health and you really care about it, £27 a day, I understand it can get difficult with families as well, so that's another thing, but there's ways to batch what you're making. If you're cooking at home, you can do things in a batch, and the more you scale it up, the cheaper it gets per person. For me, I will never change the way that I want to eat. This is everything. Health is such a big priority to me, and when I eat good, it means that I work harder, I'm more productive, I have better interactions with friends around me. So It's so important. If you're watching this right now, you definitely love farm. So there's so much farm content coming. I'm so excited to share it. Stay tuned for the next one.